wrestling fans, Mean Scheme here, and joining me this week's special guest host, Tony Schiavone for Legends Wrestling. And Tony, we've got some action coming your way here tonight. We are live from Paris, France. Well, indeed, we're going to see the best of the best right here in Legends Wrestling. Fans, we are back once again, and here we have a man who is normally my broadcast partner tonight, but he said, I've got business to attend to, so Tony Schiavone kind enough to fill in. We're getting a look at the Body, Jesse the Body Ventura entering the ring.
Well, I'll tell you right now, it is a pleasure, but it is all yours. Jesse the Body is here for one reason and one reason only. I've been calling one dude out for a very long time, but he doesn't have the guts to stand up and face me. And everyone knows who I'm talking about. Chico Santana. You got the Intercontinental title, and I want it. More importantly, Chico, I'm gonna get it. There has been no wrestler in the LWF in the past 12 months who's been on a hotter streak than the Body. Now I know Chico knows a little something about hot, coming from Tijuana, Mexico. He likes those hot tamales, but I'll tell you something, you're not gonna have a chance. Once I put you up in the Body vice, it's all over. And you are gonna drop that title and go running back south of the border. If you've got the guts, come on out here and face me. Show everybody you're not afraid. But we all know that's not gonna happen tonight, because you are afraid. Well, I'm not going anywhere until I get an answer. Because I'm the man who tells it like it is.
All right, well, there you heard it. Jesse the Body Ventura has made it clear he is after Tito Santana and the Intercontinental Championship. Will he have his opportunity here tonight? We will see. All right, wrestling fans, we are back, and we're going to have our opening contest inside the squared circle. And we're going to get a look right here at the elbow. Wait just a moment. Look at this. Greg the Hammer Valentine attacking the LWF champion from behind. Wasting no time whatsoever, Mr. Valentine, and now here comes Macho Man. Randy Savage fit to be tied. Macho Man Randy Savage tearing into Greg Valentine. Oh, Valentine wasting no time getting this one started prior to the bell ever ringing. Both of these men failing to get in the ring. You've got to wonder if we're even going to have a match. Valentine starting to go to work on the leg of the champion. The LWF Heavyweight Champion, the Macho Man Randy Savage, comes up with a devastating clothesline right there. Considering he got jumped from behind by Greg the Hammer Valentine, doing a pretty good job of regaining control of this one in short order. Oh, that's one thing about the champion, Macho Man Randy Savage. He is built to withstand enormous amounts of damage. And now we take a look at the man right there, Greg the Hammer Valentine. As these two men get in the ring, referee finally sounds the bell and action underway. We thank all you fans for joining us here on the Nation Network for this exclusive coverage live from Paris, France of the LWF. Big knee lift by the Macho Man. Well, Macho Man Randy Savage, former WWF World Champion, and he and Greg the Hammer Valentine no strangers to one another, although this particular feud that they've been involved in now for a short time, but it's heating up quickly. Valentine off that middle rope, cutting down with a thunderous forearm and elbow to the head of the Macho Man, who manages to evade that one. Comes up with a bulldog of his own. We alluded earlier on that the Macho Man's able to absorb a lot of punishment, but let's talk about Greg the Hammer Valentine. He's been involved in some of the most brutal matches in the history of the business, and he keeps on going. Well, he's been in the ring with a who's who of wrestling, no doubt about that. Nobody will ever forget the, wait a minute, Macho Man from the top rope. There's the elbow. Could it be over? This will be absolutely unbelievable if he beats him right here. Oh, my goodness, somehow Valentine gets a shoulder up, and I don't know how he did it. The Macho Man playing to the crowd here in France. Well, we were starting to talk a moment ago about the toughness of Greg Valentine, which we just saw it right there. He withstood the Macho Man elbow drop, and how many people can you say that about? We'll never forget the brutal feud he had with one Rowdy Roddy Piper, culminating in a dog collar and chain match. One of the most brutal feuds of all time, and that match still considered one of the most destructive matches of all time. Rowdy Roddy Piper losing partial hearing in his ear as a result of what Valentine did to him with that chain. Well, Valentine right now is doing a good job on the Macho Man Randy Savage and has it pretty well in control. Savage looks like, no, I thought he blocked it, but instead Valentine does get the suplex. Well, he went for the shot to the back end. The Macho Man managed to get out of that one, but again, the backhammer elbows of Greg Valentine. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. He's got the figure for a leg lock. The Macho Man, Randy Savage, in trouble. Can Randy Savage escape the figure four? It's over. Unbelievable. Greg the Hammer Valentine with a huge victory over the LWF champion, the Macho Man Randy Savage. Well, we talked about it, but who'd have thought it? I mean, Valentine withstood the pile driver. He withstood the elbow and just kept coming back for more. He may be the toughest man in the LWF, Greg the Hammer Valentine. Even after all that, you see what he's able to do here with the Macho Man. Randy Savage turns the figure four over. I thought Savage might have made it to the ropes. He was so close right there, but I'm not sure he even realized it. Well, that pain can be absolutely mind-numbing, and maybe, just maybe, Randy Savage, knowing it was a non-title match, made the smart move and said, hey, you know what? Live to fight another day. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, shocking Paris, Greg the Hammer Valentine. This has to make you wonder what the future holds for the Hammer, and for that matter, what the future is going to hold for the Macho Man. Stay with us. We'll be back with more LWF Wrestling right here on the Nation Network. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here in Paris, France. And look who is joining us, the interim president of the FWF, Donald J. Trump. Well, President Trump here in Paris, France, making the rounds. See what he has to say.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, as interim president, I've got a lot of things I'm supposed to be doing here. One of them is setting up not just cards for tonight, but I've got to look into the future. And as I look down the line and look into the future, I think we have to talk about the Royal Rumble. Yep. The Royal Rumble is coming up. It's not far away. And I want it to be the greatest Royal Rumble of all time. Believe me. But let's talk about tonight. We just saw a huge upset. So what I think we're going to have at the Royal Rumble is for the LWF champion, the Macho Man Randy Savage, one-on-one with Greg the Hammer Valentine. 2 out of 3 falls for the championship. Now for tonight, the sign outside says wrestling, and that's what we're going to see here tonight. Professional wrestling at its finest. Believe me. We're going to see Bob Backlund one-on-one against the guy who won an Olympic medal with a broken freaking neck, Kurt Angle. We're going to see the excellence of execution, Bret the Hitman Hart. One-on-one with one of the legends of Japan, and Japan is very close to China, when he faces Tatsumi Dragon Fujinami.
All right, huge announcement for the card here tonight, as well as our main event for the Royal Rumble. All right, fans, we're back here. Paris, France, and we are getting a look at former World Heavyweight Champion Bob Backlund. One of the greatest amateur wrestlers of all time. Translated that very nicely into professional wrestling. Held that WWF Championship for over 6 years before that fateful night against the Iron Sheik. Well, Bob Backlund has been around the circuit. He has been in every of the major promotions at one point in time or another. And by far one of the greatest technical wrestlers in the history of wrestling to ever step inside the ring. And that's what the LWF is all about. These are the true legends of wrestling. And speaking of which, we're taking a look at another one right here with an equal impressive resume, maybe even a little bit more so, in the sense that he's an Olympic gold medalist. And to quote him, yes, he won that thing with a broken neck.
I believe it's a broken freaking neck if you want to be exact.
This one should be one for the ages, fans. This will be a wrestling match. President Trump pulling no punches. He said it says wrestling on the marquee. We're going to give you wrestling, and tonight we've got wrestling. Bell sounds, action underway as these two men meet in the middle of the ring. Well, right away, Bob Backlund going to work with a wrist lock and then uses the leverage of the arm to take Kurt Angle all the way down to the canvas. And Backlund with the upper hand early on in this one. We'll see how long he can maintain that. Now he's got Angle up against the ropes. Back body drop though, and Backlund hanging on to that top rope just barely. Oh, but Kurt Angle sends him crashing to the floor. Now Angle dropping the elbow to the small of the back of Bob Backlund. Well, as we talked about, Bob Backlund lost that title to the Iron Sheik, and it was with the camel clutch. So maybe Kurt Angle thinks that that back still has problems all these years later. You know, another point to bring out is Bob Backlund never did submit in that championship match. It was his manager, Arnold Stolen, who decided to prevent permanent damage and threw the towel in the ring to save his man. Now Backlund back into the ring, and Kurt Angle there with him. Get a look at Kurt Angle now as he starts to work the leg of Bob Backlund. I think he's making a mistake right here by allowing Backlund a moment. And look what happens. Bob Backlund coming out of that one looking pretty good. Backlund with a flying head scissor takes down the Olympic gold medalist. Now Irish whip into the turnbuckle. Nice drop kick right there by Bob Backlund. We've talked about how he lost the title to the Iron Sheik. Let's talk about how he won the title from one superstar, Billy Graham. Also in Madison Square Garden. Well, some controversy on that one, as I recall, because I believe the superstar actually had his foot on the bottom rope. Well, there was definitely a little bit of controversy there, but there was a return match several years later, which Bob Backlund drew submission from the superstar in the middle of the ring, despite the claims of Billy Graham that it was a fix by the guest referee, Sweet Hansen. Nice go behind right there by the Olympic gold medalist. Go for the German suplex, and he hangs on. There's two. He's going to go for the triple play. Just days after the World Series, we get a triple play right here in the LWF. Angle. Olympic slam, and Backlund is out. Referee's down in position. There's two, and he almost had him right there. Bob Backlund managing to get a shoulder off the mat, but I don't know how much he's got left in him. That Olympic slam will absolutely drive the wind from the body. Now we see Kurt Angle on the middle rope waiting on Bob Backlund. Missile drop kick right on the money. Bob Backlund drawing a belly suplex. Nicely done right there, but it's not enough as Kurt Angle fights his way right back up, but Backlund meets him with an elbow to the face. He's got Backlund up and drops it into the turnbuckle. he's got his feet up on the rope. Referee never saw it, but Backlund looks at him and is like, what? I thought we were going to have a wrestling match. Well, Kurt Angle proving that he'll do whatever he's got to do to win the match. Nice German suplex there by Backlund. I think Kurt Angle, after hitting with the Olympic Slam and not getting any success out of it, has decided to go a little bit deeper into the well, so to speak. Bob Backlund landing that knee off the top rope. He's got the leg of Kurt Angle, but only able to get two. All right, if Bob Backlund starts talking to his hands, then we know we're in trouble. I don't know about us, but I can tell you right now, Kurt Angle will be. Kurt Angle with a boot to the midsection. Go behind. Here comes German suplex. And again, he's going to go for the trilogy. One more time. Picture perfect, and Backlund is in trouble. Oh, the straps are coming off. Kurt Angle removes the straps. And now Bob Backlund in trouble. Well, Bob Backlund better. It's too late now. He just got caught. Olympic slam again. Angle hooks the leg. Call it over. It is your winner. That was as good a match as they got. Kurt Angle. Well, I'll tell you what, fans, we're going to take a look back at some of the replay of this one. The triple play German suplex follows that up with the angle slam. Backlund survived at that time with that big knee off the top rope. I thought that might have been enough. But then he caught him with it one more time, and there it is, the Olympic slam, and that time it was over. Well, very interesting that Kurt Angle never once tried to go for the ankle lock. I'm a little surprised. One of his other bread and butter holds, but I think he realized that this was the way to the top. All right, fans, huge match right here in Paris, France, between two of the elite wrestlers here in the LWF. Bob Backlund and Kurt Angle. Stick around, plenty more action right here. All right, fans, we are back, and I was just told during the break that President Trump and the Iron Sheik had words backstage after President Trump left the ring earlier tonight. And Trump said, if you want a match, I'll give you a match. Managed to book it on the spot. And we're going to see it right here tonight. The Iron Sheik going one-on-one against the FWF champion, Diamond Dallas Page, who is here tonight. Well, this is a bonus match if ever there was one. We weren't expecting it originally. I have a funny feeling that President Trump has just about had enough of the Iron Sheik. And some of the things he's had to say, not only about the president, but also about the United States in general, and is counting on Diamond Dallas Page to silence him once and for all. Former bodyguard from the Ayatollah of Iran back in the day. Well, the Iron Sheik has been one of the most consistent wrestlers anywhere in the world of all time. Very, very powerful, strong. He's got those clubs that he does these special exercises with that allow his body to develop in a way that he is truly a general when it comes to the suplex. There isn't a version of the suplex that he's not successful with. And then we all know what he can do with that camel clutch once it's applied. The question is, can he do it? The Diamond Dallas Page. Well, we're about to find out, because there is the FWF World Heavyweight Champion, Diamond Dallas Page, the only man who was able to defeat Stone Cold Steve Austin after a 2-year run here in the LWF. We've not seen Stone Cold since that loss. And that's what it's all about, the brand new FWF World Heavyweight Championship. As we take a look at the challenger from Tehran, Iran, the Iron Sheik. Well, the Iron Sheik is here, and he is absolutely ready for this opportunity. This could backfire on President Trump, because he's expecting Diamond Dallas Page to put the Iron Sheik out of his misery. And there is the champion, Diamond Dallas Page. Over 20 pounds of steel over his shoulder. When you talk about a storied career, you've got to include Diamond Dallas Page in that conversation. Started out as a manager for many years. Didn't get into the wrestling ring as a competitor until he was 40 years old. The oldest rookie in the history of the industry. All right, bell sounds, action underway. The two-man meet in the middle of the ring. Iron Sheik right off the bat going to a neck breaker, and the champion down and in trouble. Sheik got out, he takes him over. Nice suplex right there. Once again, we talked about the suplex of the Iron Sheik. This time, Diamond Dallas Page slipping out the back door and hitting with a neck breaker. Well, we did talk about the suplex opportunities of the Iron Sheik, but let's talk about Diamond Dallas Page. He's a little bit more of a street fight style. He'll grind it out with you. He'll battle it out with you. Throw fists. You can see his hands are well taped all the way up to the wrist. And that's because he has no problem, no qualm whatsoever about throwing fists. And there's a good forearm right there just to prove the point. Iron Sheik just got knocked into tomorrow. He's using the ropes just to get back up to his feet. Oh, clothesline takes him all the way out to the floor. You might wonder what President Trump has told Diamond Dallas Page. You're not suggesting he was ordered to take him out? Well, I'm sure he said, show him what America's all about and make him suffer. That I definitely believe. Although I don't think you'd have to tell that to Diamond Dallas Page. I am certain that he already had every intention of doing that. European uppercut right there by the Iron Sheik, who goes for yet another version of his suplexes at the Northern Light now. Scissor locks the head and driving the elbow, the point of the elbow into the forehead of the champion. All right, well, now the Iron Sheik clearly in control of this match. You see him starting to go to work on the back. We know why. There's no secret to his game plan. His game plan is to use the suplex to weaken the back, use those boots, and we know about those boots. Well, indeed we do. The Iron Sheik will load those things up whenever given the opportunity. We really have to have officials take a really close inspection of those boots at some point in time. Out the back door he comes. Diamond Dallas Page going right back to work on the head and neck of the Iron Sheik. But that's one of the strongest points on the Iron Sheik, and that's saying quite a lot. Iron Sheik definitely a very, very thick, powerful man. Shoulder tackle by Diamond Dallas Page. Down goes the challenger. Bringing the Sheik back up. He's got him up to his feet now. What's he going to do with him? Snap Mare takes him over in the middle of the ring. And now again, Diamond Dallas Page doing some chiropractic work to the Iron Sheik. Sheik fighting it out with a right to the ribs. Oh, now the champion in the corner. Iron Sheik again goes to work on the lower back, and Diamond Dallas Page, you know what? He didn't seem like he appreciated that shot very much. Maybe it did more damage than we can think right here because he shot back at him. But again, the Sheik using the boots, going to the back of Diamond Dallas Page. Drives the elbow into the chest. Going for the belly-to-belly. Diamond Dallas Page has the answer now. We talked about the camel clutch, but we haven't talked about the diamond cutter. Oh, the Iron Sheik able to push out of it. Caught him with a belly-to-belly suplex. Nicely done by the Iron Sheik. That diamond cutter comes out of nowhere. When he hits you with it, it's over. That's what he used to take the title from Stone Cold Steve Austin. Forearms to the back of the Iron Sheik, and now another neck breaker. Diamond Dallas Page doing a number on the challenger, who catches him with a back body drop. Oh, we see those boots coming into use right here. Again, the Iron Sheik drops the leg down across the throat. Referee really has to keep an eye on those boots. Snaps the neck of Diamond Dallas Page, does the Iron Sheik. He is working him from top to bottom, tip to tail. Gets two. So close. Well, indeed, we almost had a new champion right here. Fans, we are going to see Tito Santana against Jesse Labonte Ventura right here tonight. Non-title action. But we know we are going to see a title match between those two men at the Royal Rumble. Well, title is on the line right here, however, and it is for the FWF Championship. We don't often get to see that title defended here on the LWF, so this is a special treat. Belly-to-belly suplex by the Sheik. That could be it right there. Hooks the leg. We have a new champion. If Diamond Dallas Page. Oh, what happened? The Iron Sheik wants to know what happened to the third count. I've got to be honest, I'm not sure. Big knee lift by Diamond Dallas Page, and the Sheik goes down. I don't know if that's going to be enough to keep him there. No, it's not. Two. Shot to the midsection, taking its toll. Diamond Dallas Page in trouble. Russian leg sweep by the Iranian. Fans here in Paris, France, on their feet. They know they're watching two of the legends of all time right here. Diamond Dallas Page struggling to get back to his feet. The Iron Sheik right there and greets him. Has him up on the ropes. What's he going to do? Now he's got him across that middle rope. And wait a minute, Diamond Dallas Page gets out of that one. Caught him with a slam. Diamond Dallas Page going to set up for a pile driver. No, powerbomb. Sit out, powerbomb. Oh, hammer down on the head of the Sheik. Well, there's those tape fists coming into use, and we told you he was a brawler. The street fighting savvy of Diamond Dallas Page. But it's the Iron Sheik driving a face first to the mat. Diamond Dallas Page hasn't moved since that move right there. He is motionless on the canvas. Referee better get a look at him. He may have been knocked unconscious. I'm not sure. Oh, look at this. The Iron Sheik gonna go for the camel clutch. We could have a new champion. Diamond Dallas Page gonna have to fight. It's over. Unbelievable. We've got a new champion. It is an upset here in Paris. The Iron Sheik has become the FWF Heavyweight Champion. Wait a minute, what's he doing here? Look at the blood flowing down the face of Diamond Dallas Page, and now the Sheik putting the boots to him. History made here in Paris, France. Ladies and gentlemen, more when we come back. All right, wrestling fans, we are back here in Paris, France for more LWF action. And, oh, wait just a minute. From behind, Jesse Ventura must have been watching Valentine earlier on tonight, attacking Tito Santana outside the ring. Well, Tito Santana never saw it coming. Flying head scissors by Tito Santana takes him down. What's he going to do here? Santana's got the belt. Oh, he's got the Intercontinental Championship. What's he going to do here? Just nailed Jesse Ventura with the belt. You want it? You got it. There have been years between these men. They've never met in the ring, not once, but Jesse Ventura has time and time again referred to this man as Chico Santana. He has mocked his Mexican heritage, and now Tito Santana looking for the opportunity to get even right here in Paris, France. The first time these two men ever getting into a ring. Well, they haven't gotten into the ring yet. We'll see if they actually do. Ventura now has got him up, but look at Santana fighting his way back. Tito Santana going to work on the body. Down goes Jesse. Oh, Santana once again with that Intercontinental title. Santana proud of that belt. Oh, he just caught him from behind. There's a disqualification. You've got to be kidding me. Ventura jumps him before the belt. fans, we are back here live from Paris, France. This is a very special match set up tonight by our president, the interim president, if you will, Donald J. Trump. Promising to be one of the great ones. Bret the Hitman Hart, the best there is, the best there was, best there ever will be, steps into the ring. The audience periodically going wild. Fans, we remind you all, if you're into old school wrestling, you should be joining us on the PlayStation Network community, the Humanoid Nation, the #1 location for all things old school wrestling. We also remind you that you can follow us here on the Nation Network on Twitter at Invasion Nation. All the latest updates and the heads up when live events are airing. We're getting a look right now at the Japanese legend himself, Tatsumi Dragon Fujinami. This should be a match for the ages. We remember, of course, one of the most famous matches Fujinami's ever had for the North American audience was a couple of bouts with an HMR Ric Flair back in the WCW. All right, sounds of an empty arena. Somebody was asking earlier if the glitches were fixed. Well, I'll let you figure it out for yourself. Suplex right there by Bret the Hitman Hart. This match taking place in the world's largest library. Special bonus match 2K never told anyone about. The library match. Bret Hart whips him into the ropes. Back out front, catches him. Fujinami out the back door, drops him on the back of his head. Tatsumi Fujinami is an absolute legend in Japan. We don't know him as well here in North America. At least most fans don't. But in Japan, he's a household name, just like Hulk Hogan and Bret Hart are right here. Indeed, he is. Snap suplex really got an opportunity right there on Bret the Hitman Hart. Woke some of the fans up. Now you have to also understand the fans in Japan are used to being very quiet during a match, so maybe a lot of them are here in Paris tonight, and that's what's happening. Well, C2K could actually roll that into an option. You could have a Japanese wrestling match. Maybe come up with the Egg Dome, and then you'd have this crowd, which doesn't cheer but once every so often, and it would give you a real effect for Japanese wrestling. And that is not a knock on the Japanese fans whatsoever. They are not bored by being quiet. They absolutely love the sport of professional wrestling, and they are watching it like you would any tremendous sporting event, and watching athletes at their peak with complete admiration and respect. Well, it is a cultural difference, no doubt about that. Belly to back suplex right there by Fujinami, going to work on Bret the Hitman Hart. Big suplex, and now Bret Hart goes down. Fans, to remind you, the Royal Rumble will be taking place the weekend before Thanksgiving. Right here on the Nation Network, you'll want to see this one, I assure you. 30 of the biggest names in the history of wrestling, one winner, and that winner will have an opportunity to go after the championship title at Legends Mania. Well, Bret Hart just got dropped across the top rope, and Fujinami celebrating the moment. Goes right back in, and Bret Hart comes out the back door and drops Fujinami on the back of his head. Now Bret Hart, clothesline, takes him all the way out to the floor. Simon and Garfunkel's favorite match right here, the Sound of Silence. Fans, we remind you, some of the creations that you see right here in the Nation Network can be downloaded as we speak. PlayStation 4, go to the community section of the WWE 2K18 and search for One Nation. That's the number one and the word nation. Bret Hart now going to work on the, oh, look at this, the Hitman. Well, the best there is, best there ever was, and ever will be, just went to the eyes of Tatsumi Dragon Fujinami. So much for wrestling. Pointed the elbow right down into the face. Well, you know what, Bret Hart, he started out as a guy, well, there it is right there, choking him out in front of the referee. That was his style of wrestling he came in with. Then he ended up turning things into a lot more scientific, got the fans behind him, but then when that went south, well, we're kind of seeing the effects that that had afterwards. A lot of these fans still really like Bret the Hitman Hart, but it's hard to get behind him when you see him taking those cheap shots and shortcuts, because you know he's capable of doing it without them. Former LWF champion Bret the Hitman Hart. Tatsumi Fujinami is a big opportunity for him, flown in just for this match. But a win over the Hitman, you never know what that could lead to down the line. Absolutely opportunities. Oh, look at this. Fujinami. There's the bridge. Oh, he's got him down. Bret Hart just barely manages to kick out of that one. Oh, I thought it was all over for Bret Hart. Well, Fujinami had a huge opportunity right there. Couldn't quite hold him down. But, you know, he surprised Bret Hart with how quickly that came about. Fujinami now throwing him up. Oh, that running knee right into the head. Look at this. Deadlift, gut-wrench suplex. Taking a page out of the book of the Iron Sheik. Our brand new FWF Heavyweight Champion crowned here tonight. Another one. You know, a win right here, baby. We're going to see the Iron Sheik go up against Dragon Fujinami. I'd pay to see that one. As would I. That would be a heck of a match right there. You talk about a couple of guys who know how to throw a suplex. Both built very similar. Look at this again. Gut-wrench suplex and Bret Hart taking over. He's in trouble. Bret Hart is in trouble. The eyes have rolled to the back of the head. Fujinami just caught him in the corner. And now going to work with a nerve pinch. Japanese tradition right here. They like to use the acupuncture, so to speak. Bret Hart now fights his way out from behind. Oh, there it is. Bret Hart with a cheap shot. Don't let it end like this. I'm not sure where he dug to get out of that one, because Bret Hart really did a number on him. And now Fujinami working his way back, firing up this crowd for at least 10 seconds. Oh, Bret Hart caught him. Big mistake by Fujinami, turning his back on the Hitman. He's got on a sharpshooter. Referee's down in position. He's right up close. Will Fujinami be able to survive, or is he going to have to tap? Bret Hart had to release the hold. It wasn't going to get it done. Well, we'll find out, because Hart goes for it again. Fujinami for the second time. He's got to reach to those ropes if he can. Referee in position. Bret Hart's got it cinched in. It's over. match we just saw here tonight. Let's take a look back at some of the action right here. Low blow by the Hitman here in the library. Well, there's the roll-up, which I thought was going to lead to a win, but Bret Hart had just enough to kick out of that one. But what a tremendous match for both of these men. There it is. All right, fans, there's your winner, Bret the Hitman Hart. And perhaps on his way back to the top of the ladder, if he can get his hands back around the LWF Heavyweight Championship. We shall see. We want to thank you for joining us here on the Nation Network as part of the LWF. We'll see you again next time ringside, fans. For Tony Schiavone, Mean Scheme saying, so long, everyone.